Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. It's Saturday. We're going to talk about some books, or a book anyway. Just going to do one book today. The System by Barry Eisler is the book we're going to be talking about. So thank you everybody who joins, watching replays, listening to the podcast. Got my book mug because I want to encourage you to read more. Read for entertainment, read for education, just read more. So much out there, so much you can gain by just reading. Go to enjoylifesafely.com. You can see the books that I've written. There's links that you can go to Amazon, get them on Kindle, get them paper. There's some free guides you can download. You can get those guides, read those for free. Good information to help you stay safe. Good information to help you get back up when life knocks you down. You can also get the newsletter. Get that newsletter as information on staying safe, defending yourself, enjoying life, and being exceptional. That goes out every weekend. So go to enjoylifesafely.com. A lot of good stuff for you there. Good morning, Thad. Appreciate you being here and saying hello. Hope you're doing well this morning. Thank you. So today's book, The System, Barry Eisler's newest book. Now, Barry's a friend of mine. I've read all of his books. Really enjoyed the John Raines series, especially the character Docs, which Barry and I talked about years ago when he's creating that character. This book, The System, completely separate from all of his previous books. So if you're a John Raines fan, a Lavone fan, Docs, all of those characters in that John Raines universe, none of them are in this one. This is completely different, standalone from stuff he's done before. And it's more of a political thriller. Doesn't have the killing and chaos like his books, Killer Collective, and some of the others had. Sort of funny, Barry once told the story about somebody that thought there was too much killing in the book that he titled The Killer Collective. It was sort of in the title what the book was about. But anyway, this book about a young congresswoman just elected. She beat the incumbent who'd been there for a long time. And she's learning what it's really like when you get into the political mess and the trading and compromising and deal making and threats and all sorts of stuff that go on in the political climate. She's dealing with that as she transitions to become this new congresswoman from previous life, previous relationships with family and boyfriend and different things. So very different from his books previously, but an enjoyable read. Now, Barry does a lot of research. I mean, if you look in the back, there's a whole bunch of different reference and stuff. He does a lot of research. So when you read about something in his books, you can bet that there's something based on fact, or he's gotten that from somewhere, and he's not just making, certain things up. The story he's weaving, which is entertaining, but a lot of the things he references are actual. And he might change them a little bit for purposes of the story or to protect certain things. But I really like that there's a lot of that in there too. And it was just a very, very enjoyable read. There were two sections. A section where the young congresswoman goes on for this interview, and the section where she is talking to Congress, one of her first appearances in Congress, that literally had me stop and laugh and just say, wow, that's right. That's so cool. And you just wish something like that would happen. So I enjoyed it. Now, I'm not going to talk much more about it because I want to have Barry on here to talk about this in the near future. Barry has already agreed to come on. So I'm going to get Barry on. Depending on how things go with the wrist and his schedule, we'll see when that will happen. We don't have the date set up yet, but I am going to have Barry come on and talk more about this. See if he's going to write more in this area. We'll ask him if he's going to write more about John Raines and those characters and get some answers and things that. So stay tuned to Coffee with Alain. For one of these days, we'll get Barry on here. So we're going to be doing that in the near future, just depending on how things go with my wrist and his schedule. Good morning, Dixon. Dixon said, nice haircut. Yes, I noticed those things. Thank you, Dixon. With the surgery coming next week, I cut it short, so it'll just be easier to deal with when this hand is all laid up and I won't be able to use it, have a bag over it and so forth when I shower. So I'm just trying to prepare for that to make things as easy as possible, when I'm laid up for a little bit, so I can keep driving on. And it's just easier short, and it doesn't look bad. I mean, what the heck, it is what it is. I got to deal with what I got, and so do the best with what I got. But I appreciate the compliment. Appreciate you and Thad joining and saying good morning. Appreciate everybody that watches later, watches replays, listens to the podcast. Thank you to everybody for your support. Check out enjoylifesafely.com, the books and things available there. Go to Amazon and you can get Barry's. I mean, it's in Kindle, it's in paper. Good read, especially if you like political reads. Again, if you like his previous stuff, this is very different. He's still a great author. He writes well. It's a good story, but it's very different from his other books. But it's still very enjoyable, especially if you like politics and the political world and stuff that goes on there. And again, we'll get Barry on here to talk more about it in the near future. Go out, make it a spectacular Saturday. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow.